Okay, guys, welcome to the April monthly zodiac love readings. I want to make a couple of announcements. I want to let you guys know that April will be the last month of the readings being at the pricing that they're at now. I have a lot of changes and different things going on with my business. And with me doing a lot more in-person work with people coming to see me, um, I just the prices are going to change, and um, I'm going to be doing things a little different. You guys are going to see a lot of changes, even with the channel, just with everything. And so that's necessary. That's something that we have to do. I don't know how much the change is going to be. We're still going to be crunching those numbers and seeing what it would actually have to be. But yeah, the prices are going to change May 1st. Okay. So April, if you wanted to book with me and you haven't been able to, April's the month to do it. Because the prices are going to change May 1st. Other than that, if you don't know how my readings work, it is the partner's energy on this side, then the zodiac sign, your sign on this side, and then there's the energy of the connection itself. Now, as I'm doing the readings, if I'm saying partner, it doesn't have to be a committed relationship. It is whoever is on your mind, whoever you're thinking about, whoever's the reason you're coming to this reading. Okay. That's going to be who the partner is and who I'm talking about. Other than that, the there's always also, guys, the $5 monthly readings. Don't forget about those. There'll be links for that as well in the description box below, which are like these but more extensive. So yeah, that's that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks, guys. On with the reading. Hello there, Virgos. It's time for your reading for the month of April. Um, for the partner's energy, we have Blossom, Moving On, and Seek. For your energy, we have Just Breathe, Master, and Take the Lead. Oh no, Lead. And then for the energy of the connection, we're crowned with darkest fears. They are sending towards you dedicated effort. You are sending towards them dreams coming true. The overall energy for the month is solar plexus chakra. Okay. Let's get started. What I'm really getting that's going on this month for the Virgos is this is a time of having to come up against your darkest fears. I'm really getting a fear of coming back together. Fears that are underneath the surface subconsciously about the relationship, about proceeding and how to proceed, what proceeding means, just a lot of thoughts surrounding how this connection would impact your life or how it is impacting your life. Yeah, it's just, I'm really getting that there's a lot of having to deal with subconscious fears surrounding love. And that's the reason things are playing out like they're playing out for the month of April for you, Virgo. What I'm getting for the partner, I'm really getting an energy of having an awareness of something blossoming, something growing, feeling like they're at a place of holding a lot of potential or possibility at this time in their life. I'm just really getting that they feel like they have a lot of possibility. They're seeing a lot of possibility that's just right there in front of them in a way that they haven't really seen before. It's kind of some expansive energy. They're growing. They feel like they're growing. They can feel changes occurring, but they're really focused on the possibilities that they have in their hand. Um, yes, they just feel like anything is possible for them at this point. I'm getting that they can see, even with this connection, they can feel that anything is possible. That there's more possibility there than maybe what they had noticed or paid attention to previously. I'm getting a sense of, they're feeling new emotion surrounding this connection. They're feeling things that they haven't felt before. And it's coming from them being able to see the possibilities. They're seeing possibilities that they weren't able to see before. And it's kind of opening up this new idea, this new emotion that they're feeling. They're sensing a possibility for more harmony, more togetherness, more merging, more oneness, than what they originally saw. Um, and then actually, Virgo, I'm getting that you've kind of backed up a little bit, and it's actually you're backing up and kind of looking at yourself, or kind of focusing away a little bit, that's giving birth to this new perception for the partner, for their ability. Because it's sometimes like when you have space, or when a person backs away from you, it's like you can see more clearly. And it's kind of like that kind of thing that's kind of playing out here. But I'm getting that the partner is feeling like they need to let go of some things. They're starting to reevaluate some things. They're not wanting to be overly emotional, but at the same time, they're not in the negative completely, where they're just thinking about negative things and all that could go wrong, everything in the past. It's like they're finding this middle ground where they want to see things as they truly are. And they're realizing that they have to walk away from some things that are no longer serving them, because they're not happy. They're realizing that in certain ways they're just not happy, and something needs to change if they want to get out of this place of kind of being discontent. So I'm getting a lot of comparisons for the partner, where they're comparing what their life could be to what their life is. Just looking at a lot of possibility. They're doing a lot of thinking about what they're going to have to, what this possibility means, um, because they feel like there's no limits, like, to what is possible. But in order to obtain that, they're realizing that there's some change that's gonna have to occur, and they're realizing that, and that is overwhelming them. Okay, so this partner is kind of struggling and feeling burdened and overwhelmed with what it takes to change their life. Okay, so they may only be seeing the negative of, it's like looking at, like, all this possibility is there, but then when they look at, they're making this comparison. Okay, so they're looking at their life as it is and what they want their life to be. They feel great when they're looking at what they want their life to be, but then when they look at where they are and what they have to do and the road they have to travel to get there, then it feels a little overwhelming. That's where they begin to, uh, they feel like that's extreme. They feel like it requires extreme change. And that is what is bothersome to them. Okay. So then it's like they're at that point, they're completing a cycle. This connection for them is completing a cycle. They're getting to the end of maybe denial in some ways, because I'm really getting an energy of kind of being really honest with themselves, but then feeling overwhelmed, or like it's really extreme when they look at the truth. But they've looked at it, they're looking at what's possible. They see possibility. They're realizing some things need to change. They're acknowledging that they're not content, that they're not happy, that they want change and transformation. Um, but it feels extreme for them. It's the end of their world as they know it. So there's like still this bittersweet energy, because it's like it's a good thing you're moving on to something more, um, that makes you more happy, but you're leaving something behind that you're familiar with at the same time. So what I'm getting is, as they're completing this cycle at the end of the month, they're going inward. They're feeling like they're trying to get some messages, they're wanting some guidance, they're wanting the universe to kind of step in and help them out, to kind of find their way in all of this. They may be, as they're going back, as they're going within, they are opening up some things from the past. They're gaining new knowledge, they're thinking about things, and they're thinking about the interactions and maybe the way things went in the past. They're thinking about the choices that they've made, the things that they didn't see, and they're trying to get in touch with all of that, because they feel somehow like the message or the lesson or something that they need to know is kind of there. But they may be, a lot of them are going to kind of get themselves stuck with this, okay? Because they're supposed to be, I'm getting that the universe is guiding them to go inward, okay? To get the messages, to get some clarity. But, and the universe is guiding them to open up some things from their past that they need to look at that they didn't see. Some of them are going to be, are going to get through that process without much friction, but for a majority, I'm getting that they're going to kind of get stuck. So this is will help kind of what's going on with them, because there may not be a lot of movement or progress. It may not seem like there's a lot of movement on the physical, but this is why. Because as they're going within themselves, for these answers, and they are looking over the past to glean the lessons, and the information that they need and the healing, some of them are getting stuck in the story. Okay, so they're getting stuck in the story of what happened before, um, fear of being vulnerable, what means. I'm really getting some even childhood type of things that are in the subconscious mind that tell them to be afraid of being open and vulnerable. And they're kind of going in a circle mentally. So a lot of them are getting stuck, with these old beliefs and thought processes, these old experiences, and this is stuff that they may not really know is there. But I'm getting like an obsession with negative thinking or negative possibility or negative, and it's almost like this is something that is. I'm really getting that it's subconscious. Okay, it's almost reactive. They automatically, once they start heading in that direction, they're kind of automatically getting caught up in this. It's automatic type of thoughts. The way it can even be things like from their experience when they were children and the way that their parents were in their marriage. And there's something about that. See, it's things like that, okay? Or experiences that they've had, thoughts that they think, um when your parents tell you, if you have parents that tell you no matter if you're unhappy or not, you don't leave a marriage, no matter, it's like all of these different thoughts, okay, beliefs. Okay, and so then what I'm getting for you, Virgo, is at the beginning of the month, you're kind of at a place where I'm getting that a cycle is kind of completing for the both of you in the month of April. And it's completing the cycle of subconscious fears. Okay. Where you're both going to be brought up against these fears. You're going to have to face them, um, and learn to navigate through the fears in your minds. You're kind of feeling like you need to look at yourself a little bit. You're trying to figure some things out with you. Okay, it's like you're wanting to get a little more in touch with yourself. You are getting a little more in touch with yourself. And for some of you, you may need to know this, because what I'm getting here is that for some of you, you may not be realizing that you're getting more in touch with yourself, but you're feeling a little like you're focused away from the partner. And this is happening because you're more in touch with yourself than you were before, even if it was unintentional, even if you did not set out like, okay, I want to focus on me and get more in touch with myself. Even if you didn't do that, the actions you were taking, the decisions you were making, was all you getting more in touch with yourself. And so it automatically led you to kind of focus a little bit differently. But I am getting, for a lot of you, it's like you're trying to get out of seeing yourself in light of, it's like you're wanting to see yourself in truth. You are wanting to see what's really going on with you. What are your true desires? It's like getting away from seeing yourself the way you want to see yourself. It's kind of like, I want to see myself as I really am. I'm getting that you're having like a surge of a new, almost like epiphany. There's a new thought as it pertains to you and yourself, your connection to yourself, your focus on yourself, the importance of self-love. It's like something like that has come in, and it's coming in really fast, and you're really focused on that. You're having some new, you're seeing yourself differently. And for some of you, I'm really getting, it's you're seeing your power and your ability to manifest, based on what you're doing with yourself. But then for some of you, after that, you kind of come up. I'm getting that it's happening for the both of you around the middle of the month. It's like both of you kind of run up against your fears, which I started off saying that this month was about fears. So then it's like you start to, I'm really getting that a lot of you are thinking about, in some way, maybe how this relationship affects who you are. And then some of you, in the new awarenesses that you're having, you're kind of struggling to navigate them a little bit. So you are kind of shutting down. It's like you're trying to retract your love. You're trying to protect your heart. You're trying to shield yourself. It's like you want to move forward, or you want to go, you want to make a decision, but there's some fear about fully choosing this. It's like, and maybe that's the thing that you're coming into an awareness of, that you haven't really chosen this like you think you have. You believe you've chosen it, but you haven't chosen it because you're not going for it the way you think you are. Internally, you're not fully there, which is sometimes how this can look, or how this manifests when we're not fully there. We need something from the other person. We can't just go because it's what we want to do, because we haven't fully chosen it. So we want the other person to help us choose it. And then we will feel better and feel safer to make the decision and follow where we want it to go anyway. See, there's more that you have to get in touch with within yourself. Okay. Yeah, because it's like feeling like it's kind of like waiting on fate. Okay, Virgo. So it's like you're kind of getting in a space where you're wanting to go in the direction of it, but you're really going in the other direction, and you may not realize it because of fear. You're afraid to open up. You're afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to get your heart broken. You're afraid of the pain that can come from it, the possibilities, the negative possibilities. And so you're wanting to leave it up to fate. And so a lot of you, in the middle of the month of April, or sometime in April, may be beginning to kind of have this idea of, oh, I'm just going to let destiny take its course. And you're thinking that you're doing that because you believe in it so much and you've chosen it so much, and you haven't. You're doing that because you're afraid to have to make it happen. You're afraid to have to do what you have to do in order to make it happen. So you'd rather, because you don't want to make that choice. So you don't want to make that full firm decision that this is what you want and you're going for it and you're going to create it. So you're kind of leaving it up to fate. Like if it was meant to be, it'll be, but then you're not taking the actions that you need to take out of fear. Okay. So, yes. And then, so a lot of you, by the end of the month, you're coming up against the awareness that you're going to have to step out of the shadows and go for what you want if it's what you want. This whole cop out of destiny and fate, to prevent yourself from having to go for what you want because you're afraid you want the other person to help you go for what you want. And it's not supposed to be that way. Make a decision. And so then you're getting in the awareness that you need to kind of step out of the shadows and take matters into your own hands. And for some of you, that's going to be too hard for you to do. Okay. But you are coming into the awareness that it's what you need to do. But for a lot of you, that kind of, see, you're coming up against that fear, which is what this month is about. So you're kind of coming up against that fear of having to actually do that. And it's actually making you retract a little more. It's like you want to find an easier way. You're trying to find another way to get what you want that doesn't require that. And that's your frustration for the month of April. You're wanting an easier way, one that doesn't require you to have to do the work it takes to get it. Okay. So you have a little cop out going on with the whole destiny thing. It's just a way to avoid having to do it. And then they're, on the other hand, have going through this whole thing of their past was like, if a person's doing this, then it means that, and if they're doing this, then that means they don't care, and if they do that, and so they're on their own circle of being trapped in their own head, wanting someone to come and free them when they have to burst their own bubble. They have to burst their own bubble. Nobody's coming to burst this bubble for them. They want you to come burst their bubble, which you can't understand because their bubble is this whole manifestation of their fears, their fearful thoughts, and their beliefs, their rigid beliefs about love, relationships, and roles, and who's supposed to do what. And then you're wanting them to come over here and help you feel safe enough to make a decision when you have to decide what you want on your own. Okay, so then when I look at the energy of the connection for the month, of course, like I said, darkest fears, everybody's kind of in their head. This cycle is coming to a completion. You guys are being brought up against having to face these fears once and for all. Okay, they're doing it because they're like, for them, they're going to have to get on a stable ground mentally, within themselves, and they're going to have to stand on that and begin to work on freeing themselves from these types of beliefs, that are coming from them not feeling worthy of the love. Okay, so they don't feel worthy of the love. This is what prevents them from putting forth the effort that they need to put forth, which they think somehow you're supposed to make them feel worthy, but worthiness comes from within. Okay, so somehow they're not sure if it's worth the effort. Some of them, it's like they're not sure if it's worth the effort, and that is coming from, once again, their beliefs. But remember, when you're in this place, you think it's real. It feels so real to you. It's going to feel true and real to them, but it's really this concocted thing in their mind. Okay. And then for you, it's about you making your dreams come true, by reaching out into the unknown to grab it. Okay, and not worrying about who's accepting you and who approves of it. It's like you both have to face these fears. You both have to face these fears this month. These fears you have within yourselves that you're projecting in some way, onto the other person. and whether they're accepting you or not, or whether this is going to be worth it or not. And you're thinking that you need something for them from them, to be able to move forward, and it's really all within you. It's like these are your thoughts that are causing the problem. It's the way you're thinking, and this month is about getting to some type of completion in that. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. You know what I really get with this, the message that I'm really getting, is that this is a time for you both to really disconnect from what the world says. You need to get out of the things you saw in the world, the way you believe love and relationships to be, what you think is supposed to happen, what is right or wrong, um, what's supposed to be. It's like retreat. Go get out of the world and retreat into the union. Retreat into the connection and be connected. Instead of being more connected to your fears, because it's like I'm getting here, like both of you are more connected to your fears than you are to the connection. It's like retreat from that, because having a mindset that is common in the world and thinking the thoughts that most people think as it pertains to love and relationships is what puts the wedge between. Okay, so disconnect from that stuff so that you can retreat into the connection together. Okay, so Virgo, that is your reading for the month of April. I hope that you enjoyed it. I always recommend that you check out your moon and rising signs. I'm getting all of the videos up for the month of April as soon as I can. I'm getting them up there as I can. I'm going in the order, in the order of the zodiac. So we're at we're doing Virgo now. We're going to keep just going in the order of the zodiac. Okay, so you'll know which one is coming next. I'm doing the best that I can. Um, the new changes that are coming up are going to help some with me being able to get the videos out and stuff like that. Um, yeah, so check out your moon and rising signs. You'll get a deeper understanding of your situation. I always recommend that. And remember the price change. Some of the readings because I have some readings that are really energy extensive. I don't think a lot of people understand the energy that it takes to do this work. And I have some readings that when I do them, I am just I'm exhausted, like really exhausted. So those readings, the prices may be going up more before the 1st of May, just because of the extensive amount of energy that they take, and also with the prices going up, it's going to help the quality of my readings, because I can give some really, really high quality readings, but then when I'm doing so many of them, it's harder for me to do that. Okay. Yeah, so the quality of the readings is, I mean, it's already good, but it's going to be even better once I'm able to um not be so drained. Good thing I'm a really high energy person. But yeah, so the prices are changing on the 1st of May. If you're wanting to book readings with me, this is the time to do it, because the prices are going to be changing. They're going to be going up. The links for booking will be in the box below. I'll also have the link there for the monthly twin flame reading, which April isn't up yet. I'm hoping to have that up today. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. But the link is there whenever you're watching this video. The link is there to do the monthly $5 twin flame general readings that go up every month. Okay, I recommend those too, because I get into blockages that are blocking the unions, and it'll be a really good quality reading. Okay. Other than that, I think that is all. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next month, Virgo. See you later.